I could have logged in on this.
Good. You're a virtual kind of guy.
I was in the one this morning.
We can get it on our Wi-Fi.
Same exact thing.
That's the way to do it.
All right, it's 3:30, so we will call to order the public hearing for Horning Solar LLC. Horning Solar is a proposed 5 megawatt community solar project to be located at 848 State Route 14 in Penn Yan. The company will lease 24 acres from Nathan and Jennifer Horning. This is similar to the last public hearing. Community solar project will produce green renewable energy available to local residents and businesses at a discounted rate. The proposed tax incentives deviates from our normal structure. The proposed pilot or payment in lieu of taxes is a 20-year pilot. Affected taxing jurisdictions have been notified and no comments have been received on the deviation. The company has applied for property sales and mortgage tax abatements. The total project cost for Horning Solar is $8,366,207, and over the 20-year pilot will pay a projected $607,434.24 in pilot payments for a total economic benefit of $8,973,641.24. Again, that's taking the proposed pilot payments plus the total capital investment of the project. Proposed total tax incentives for this project are $498,010.02, which is made up of $34,241.72 in property tax abatements, $436,235.20 in sales and use tax abatements, and $27,533.10 in mortgage tax abatements. The purpose of the public hearing is to take public comment. Any comments received will be brought back to our board of directors for their review and consideration prior to voting on the projected or proposed financial incentives. So at this point, we will open it up for public comment. Sit waiting.
Is the date or the address you're talking about, it's 14A, not 14?
Correct. That's
848 State Route 14A. Thank you. Yep.
And the same with Aaron Martin's, is that Flat Street or is that?
Yes.
The town address is Flat Street, but I thought the project went up below the station.
It's below the station road. Aaron lives at 432 North Flat Street, because I used to live there. That property is off of the other road. I don't know if that makes any difference or not.
So the addresses came from the application. The tax map ID will be specified within our tax agreements and all our documentation, so it will be the correct parcel. So give you the general idea today, but the actual.
The 911 address will probably change to the specific project, so if it's on fire, you call the fire department, it'll go to the local station.
Right?
So I guess the same thing would be, we gotta get it approved by the board, right? Your host agreement.
Mhm.
And then the disposal is the same thing. That's gotta be approved.
Correct.
And then I guess the one question is, will that be the disposal, will that be insurance policy, bond, or
Bond.
maybe a different recommendation from the committee? So,
The bond is generally, what every board requires, and that's, the town holds it. It's generally the preference.
yeah, sure. Just so it's in the comments.
Assuming December approval from the town, pretty quick schedule for these projects, or start ordering materials and construction in spring.
Yeah, construction is slated for April-ish, depending on the weather and the NICEAG upgrades, but everything's going according to schedule as things sit. Yeah.
Have you seen a backlog in materials and or is
No.
that improving?
Not yet, so there's certain items that have a super long lead time, but things that we need to upgrade and get the project shovel ready, we don't have any long lead time, so fingers crossed we don't hit any snags.
Not that one, right?
Are the panels Chinese or American?
Chinese. There are very, very, very few American options, and they don't even come close to cost comparison.
Yep.
Again, assuming everything is approved, goes forward early January closing for,
Yeah,
So you
that's
can
what
start.
we're aiming for right now. We're working on the financing right now, so I would say worst case scenario, February.
that will work for us.
You're gonna build both of these at the same time? Both? You're not gonna do one and do the other, both at the same time, or?
I don't know if it's sorted out yet. I think the intention is to do them in tandem, but they might be two separate project management kind of that deals with both. But yeah, the procurement will be for both.
You subcontract that?
So we'll have a general EPC that we hire, and then they'll be in charge of subbing out the specific work.
Any other fun projects in the town upcoming?
No, we've got the biggest issues we have in the town of water. We have two projects, one which never was really formed as a district. That was a very big aggressive project, 65,000 linear feet. That with the cost after COVID-19 basically tripling, we killed that project. And then we have another one, which we'll be meeting on this week for a final conclusion, where all the work was done, the district was formed, and now it's going to be disbanded. So there's costs that have to be taken care of. And so hopefully that'll get done this week and process will get moving forward, but that's an ugly one. So that's any municipalities I don't think are doing much.
Both developed pre-COVID and then costs came in post.
One of them, the big one, which was over 3 years, was going to be $9 million over 3 years. And then when we went back after, in 2021, 22, for an update, it turned out to be 27 to 30 million. And the one that, on Earl's Hill Road, which was gonna be around 950 or 60. When we came back, it was going to be, I think it was 2.1 or 2.2. And at the same time, you're getting, federal monies there that are based on income levels. There's no additional funding from, so people had to pick up their balance of the costs. Just gets prohibitive. I was on a recent call with our Congressman Tenney. She holds calls with public officials every couple weeks, and on the call, there were 4 or 5 projects, one in Wyoming, 2 up in Wayne, and 1 over in Cayuga County. Plus, there were a couple sewer projects, and they were all asking her for more money from the federal government. How are we gonna do this? We can't afford it. People are upset. I'm thinking, you know what you're talking about. So it's too bad, but you're seeing it across the country now. I was just recently, Yellow Freight Corporation, biggest single trucking company, and just declared bankruptcy. And I think Dominion, which is another big trucking company, they just declared bankruptcy. So they're starting to see the effects of this economy for the last couple of years. It's going to get a lot worse.
I think you're right.
Interest rates, home interest rates are at 8% now.
Coupled with building and material costs, so.
But triple, Glenn, I think, when we say like the water projects triple, I'll bet you home construction costs is triple, doesn't
It depends on where you're buying stuff. I bought a simple filter for a fuel oil tank that we sold for $19.99. And I think it was one that was still at the store when I sold in the store. It was $61. Well, that's a pretty big jump. Paints and stuff like that, $80, $100 a gallon for paint. 3 years ago, we sold it for $22.
Yeah, so people, and in some cases, they've raised minimum wages around the country up to $15-20. Then McDonald's now, you're paying $17 or $18 for a Big Mac.
Yeah.
So it all comes through. People's wages have been tripled.
Those New York's minimum go up to $15 first of the year.
Sure it is.
It is not outside of New York City, is it? New York City, I think, was ahead.
I just read it someplace. And then it's going up another 50 cents each year for the next 2 years.
Mhm.
Now we're $16.
New York City's higher than upstate, but it's all going up at the end of December again.
Yeah, so all these things are coming through, and have not fully flushed out. And they're saying, inflation's at 4%. It's really up to around 17. What time do you close this year?
3:50, another 5 minutes. 20 minutes. I don't know if it was necessary, but it's how we've done it for most of them, so until we.
We just have our meetings in there and we go to the clock and go,
Yeah.
nobody knows it. Just gotta remember to put it back one more time.
Wife's still home, she take it off on you.
She was there when I left.
So when she taking off the kids.
She has to go back Thursday, and then put the kids in daycare Friday, and then come back with one of the kids Friday night
For the weekend?
for the weekend.
That'll be fun.
You obviously haven't seen my grandkids.
You become an old fart already then?
They're a joy.
Well, how old are they?
3 and 1.
Oh, wow, you haven't seen it yet. Until they get out in the garage.
You get that upstairs for a reason, then in the garage, don't you?
We go up there and play. Boys go down to the cottage and just stay there.
Yeah, it's just sitting there, right?
Yeah. Nobody's in it. Yeah, go down there 2 or 3 weeks ago. Lori got a letter from the town or NICEAG or whoever it was about gas. Nobody had read the natural gas meter since they've been there. It's like 4 years.
It's free, I guess, right?
There's electric meters and everything, they're all outside, but the gas meter's in the basement. Even when it's rented out, you know, the tenants can't get into the basement. Down I go, read that. They had $600-800 credit card. They don't use a lot of gas there.
It's bad going for our department. We went right next to it 4 years in a row. The gas meter ain't working. That's what, they finally changed it after 4 years.
No sense in being in a hurry.
Yeah.
A lot of discussions in here. Everybody's mad at everybody.
Pretty big crowd. I almost stopped in your office a couple weeks ago. I went down to see Jackie Ledger. I walked up and down the aisle. I said, God damn it, she used to be right there.
Yes, yeah. Right across the street.
Yeah. I said, damn.
She got sick of us, I guess.
Yeah, long 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. It's 3:50, so we will close the public hearing with no other public comments.